Okay, great to see you back. Welcome. I'm going to rip this thing apart now. I've just played it through once, and what I'm going to do is, well, you'll see. I'm just pretty much going to wing my way through it. I've got the lead sheet sitting right in front of me. I I'm even going to show. I'm going to show you the lead sheet so you can. And I've got this camera a little bit closer than what I usually have it. I've got it down a little bit so you're going to be able to see the keyboard a little bit more clearly. The next step will be you'll see me playing it straight on instead of upside down, so to speak. Now I'm going to take this real slow. It's going to probably be a long video, and it's a very short song, believe it or not. I haven't done. I've done a little bit of my homework. I haven't listened to the tune for a while, but I've got it in my head, so to speak. I've heard it that many times, as you've probably heard it that many times in the past when Star Trek comes on, and it's the same. The line goes, "Beyond the rim of the starlight, my love is wandering star." That's pretty much the first two lines, and that's the first one, two. I'm just counting as I'm reading the lead sheet in front of me here. 1, 2, 3 bars. 1, 2, 3. Second, we're up to 2 bars. There's another 2 under that, and then there's another 4 on the other side. So that's the length of the whole song, literally. And the intro probably goes for a minute and a half or something. So let's see how I go with this, all right? And let's have a bit of fun with this. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna rip it all apart. I'll do it really slowly, and I'm gonna try a few different inversions with my hands, show you what they are as I go along the way. And I suggest, as usual, you can even. I'm gonna show you this lead sheet, and hopefully you can just freeze frame it, and maybe you got a copier at home. You can just copy it out, or the other alternatives, you can go to, as I suggested in the last video from last night, you can go to a place called Ultimate Guitar and punch in. They've literally got a zillion songs there, and I know you might be thinking, what Ultimate Guitar? What about piano? A piano site. Well, this one, a chord is a chord, right? So, and this has got the biggest range of everything on it. And just don't press the Pro. You'll see the examples. It will come up with half a dozen examples of, let's just say, the theme of Star Trek. Now, I hadn't even punched it in myself, but because I got the lead sheet in front of me. Now, if you punch it in, and any song that I give you, don't hit it'll be a Pro. It'll be Pro written at the top, because they want you can get all their songs for free. They will show you all the chord structures and the names underneath the chords as a lead sheet goes on. We'll get on into that a little bit further down the line. I don't want to overwhelm you with all this technical stuff with reading lead sheets, and so yeah, that's the thing with Ultimate Guitar. So you just punch in Ultimate Guitar, put in your song that we are going to do next. Don't worry about this one, because I'm literally going to show you the lead sheet, and hopefully you can print it out. If not, like I usually say, just get your pencil and paper out and write down the chords that I'm using, the inversions I'm going to use in my left hand. I'll pull my fingers out of the road. I'm going to do it really slowly. It'll sound murky and whatever, and then I'll attempt to play it through at the end, so you've got a good handle of what's going on in this song. It's not really a song. It's just a theme. It's a theatrical woo to the start of the movie. That's basically what it is, and they're a lot of fun to do, as I've found out. So, without any further ado, I'll put this camera down, and oh yeah, just by the way, on that So when you're scrolling down on Ultimate Guitar, you'll see half a dozen songs. Just say you put Let It Be in, right? And actually, Let It Be's not. I think I put Let It Be in there, and it wouldn't come up with it. Funny enough, but probably because it's been done a zillion times before. But they've got, at least you got every other song you can probably think of, all the modern ones. Let's just say you put Bohemian Rhapsody in there. I know that's on there, and they'll come up with about 5 different listings, and the top one will be the Pro. If you click that one, they'll want you to you pretty much, they want you to sign up. It'll cost you a monthly fee. Don't do that, okay? Because you can see the chord structure, like I said, and underneath the Pro, there'll be like 5 different descriptions. The one with the most stars, like 5, is the one you want to just press on, and it'll show you. It'll show you the chords that are in the song, okay? And this is how we're going to work through all these 4 chord songs that I'm going to ramp out to use over the next month or so as I go through this process of doing our 1, 5, 6, 4 progression, and we're going to flip those 4 chords around a bit and add a E minor. So understand that I've gone a little bit off track, as I usually do, but that's just the way I teach. I go in different directions at times to give you as much information as I can in one video. So let's just work on this together and see how we go. All right, I'm going to move the camera down right now, and I don't need to get up now because I've got this thing set up. See, that's a lot better than the last time. And I haven't even used the microphone. I'll put that on now. My voice is pretty close to the camera. So now it starts off on an F, and as I said, if you've got string patch, if you're on a keyboard, go to string patch, strings patch / patch. You could play this on an organ thing, anything. You could do with this anything. Anyway, without getting ahead of myself, I'm going to start it off with an F. It starts off with an F, okay? And that's just, all I've done is inverted it. I put the C there, up here. Because the next chord is a D flat. Now you can write these down as you go, if you like. So it goes from an F inverted to a D flat, 1, F, 3. You know how I number them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. None of this sharp and flat business. I'm literally going to take that equation out of my teaching. This is the way I do it. So there's your E flat. The next one goes back to that F. The next one is an A, and then we're going to do this in root position. I want you to just get your hand. There's an A. A, 1, and E. That's the next chord. Now there's the first 2 lines gone. The next one is a G. And as I look at the lead sheet, the melody note is here. So since we're right here, let's just go play G in root position. G, B, D. Because that's the melody note that goes with it. Okay, so we go from there. The next one is an E flat. So we go from there to E flat. There's your E. Same fingering. 2, G, 5. 2, G, 5. E flat. Then there's a bit of, you have to make just a little bit of a jump. Now it's exactly the same hand shape, really. If I just take that and take it up to here, like that, the next one is an A flat. A flat. So it's a 3, 4. The middle of the three black notes, if you want to do it that way, C and E. I believe that I've posted all these chords that we're using right now in videos beforehand, though I'm just going to redo them anyway for you guys that haven't watched those videos. So we go to there, an A flat. So what we call that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, C, and a 2. It's in root position. Next one is a C7, so you just jump your hand straight here. Here's a C7, C, E, G, and a 5. Okay, there it is. Here's your C7. Then it goes back to the F, so all we just got to do is sneak down here like that. Then it goes back to a D flat. We've already done this one. There it is again. Back to the F. The next one is an A7. Now I want you to play it up here. A1. Get this right, Scott. It's an A chord, and you whack the 7th on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus that is 7. Not rocket science. There's your A chord, A7, A1, E, and G. A7. From A7 we go to a B flat, which is 5, D, and F. D flat, back to that F inverted. This is the only one I'm inverting actually. Now I'm, well, maybe the last one. Let's see how I go. We're nearly at the end of the song. From that F, then it goes to a D7, and that is played up here with the melody note up there. So we're going to play it right here. D, 3, A, middle C, D7 to a G minor, G, 5, 7, there's your G chord. Go one, scooch one down, that's how you get your minor. That's a good trick to know actually, like a C minor is exactly the same. Look, I'll just show you something. Here's your C chord. If you scooch down one half step, that's a C minor. Same with here. G, G minor. Okay, and then it goes to a C and an F and we are finished. Now, the melody is right here at the end, so to do it here, this is inversion. Now, I want you to jump your hand up to root position. Because it goes. So, there, so C's the second last one, to that F inverted. Where are we? That's it. Okay, we've got all the chords under hand. All right. Excuse me, my hand's cramping up already. Blimey. All right. Now, each one of these notes, I'm literally going to show you this, and I might get into trouble, but I've scribbled out all the stuff. I'm just going to see if you can see this. Now, okay. let's just do the first line, for instance. Now, see the first line? See how every note has under it. I'll get it a bit closer so you can see. I've literally enlarged the whole lot, and that's a super cheat sheet. You won't see them in a real lead sheet that large, and the notes written out like that. So that's where it starts. Beyond the rim of the starlight. So every time you hit one of those notes, it's actually a word in the song, and you see how it's directly under the. I hope I've got that on camera. Yes, I have. It's directly underneath the note. Simple as that. That's how lead sheets work. And then you've got your chord above it, which you're playing every time you hit that note. Okay, double lesson here. So we're holding the F, and we go to that D minor when we hit that E flat, or in other words, in my language, a 2. Okay, right. Let's get on with it. Now, I'm going to play through this really slowly, and it starts off like this. And I've mentioned this a lot of times. This lead sheet, it hasn't got beats per minute, or anything like that. Just do it the way you want to make it sound for you. And like I said, the words to this, might write the words down and put them in another video for you, because I could. Let me think about this. Put myself on the spot here. I'll literally tell you what I'll sing the words out at the end of the song. Okay, so it starts off here, and this is where I want you to start. The first melody note is a C, and it's on the F. So there's your F inverted. Okay, and what we're doing is we're holding this. I'm not using the pedal any. You don't need the pedal for this. And if you're on the piano, maybe hold the pedal down. Now it just goes beyond. Go up to the C, and that's beyond the rim of the starlight, my love is wandering. Today, starlight, I'm doing it anyway. I know on the G, no heel. Just watch what I do with my hands here, because we're on the. When you're on the string patch, it's just easy to just move your hand around in any way you literally want, and you'll see me do it this way. So it goes no, and I'm literally singing the words, so you can redo this video and write down the words to this song if you can't find it on Ultimate Guitar. Excuse me, where was I at? Excuse me. No, he'll find it. Oops, excuse me, I made a blue there. He'll find in star cluster reaches. Goes down going to hear to that A. Love, strange love, heart star, woman, teachers. It goes back here. I know his journey ends. D minor, never. His star. Go back up again. Up to that A. Let me figure this out as I go along. Oh, that's, excuse me, that was his. It was all on D minor. Have I lost my way? Oh, you gotta laugh, don't you? Yes, I've lost my way. It was a C. We were on the C. Yep. Okay. All right. Back up to that C. No. His journey ends. Never. That's that D flat. Never. I did say do this, didn't I? His star. Can we go back up again? Track will go on for. Is that A7? Ever. But D flat, B flat, tell, turn while he wonders is his starly. It goes to the D7 here. Remember me. That is literally the song in slow motion. Okay. Now I'm going to do the melody just in my right hand so you get the handle of the melody. Okay, so it just goes, I'm looking at the lead sheet. Now I've literally just sung all those, the words to that song. Okay, I made a blue there at the top of the second page here. Right there, can you see that? Yeah, I made a blue there. I think I've done that twice. But it is what it is. This is what instant learning's all about. Now, like I said, just laugh at yourself when you do this. I mean, too many people in this world take life too seriously. I mean, no, please don't take life too seriously. We're here to have as much joy and fun as we can, and I can't emphasise this strongly enough. Do not stress if you can't get your head around something. Just come back to me. Shoot any questions you like at me. There are no silly questions, okay? There are no silly questions to me. I've been there, I've done that. I've asked him some what I thought were silly questions, and they come back and say there are no silly questions, and there are no when it comes to learning anything. So with any further ado, I'll do the melody line on its own. So it just starts off on that C, and you just run your hand right up to the C. Next octaves, and you go down. Same thing again. Excuse me. So we went back down to that A minor, A flat. It's that A7 that came in, and I dropped it to the E. And I went back to the F. We hit the D flat there. Back to the 1 again. Here's star. And we go back up again. We'll go on forever, but tell me. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me if I confuse you by whacking a chord in there. I just couldn't help myself but start singing along with it. Okay, look, I'm going to attempt to play this thing right through as I've just explained the melody line. You saw me do that. You can go back and literally copy those notes, and I'll emphasize that once more. When I went up that scale, because it's on the string line, you're holding down a chord, you can actually let the chord go. Just for instance, you hold it until you get to there. You can let it go until you get to that next, or you could hold it. Here's another way. That's the first line, okay? That's beyond the rim of the starlight, and that was starlight. Okay? So that's the first line. Now you've got two options to make it your own. You can hold that F down. Do it like that, or you can go. Take it off. And then come back in with your chord when it hits that D flat with the 2. I'm not going to call it an E flat. That's what it says on the lead sheet. Bugger that. That's a 2. That's a 1. That's a 2. That's a 3. That's a 4. That's a 5. Okay, I'm glad I got that sunk into your heads. It's just I'm going to reinvent this thing, I tell you. That's just why you got two names for one note is beyond me. I come up with a better solution. More on that down the track, because there's only 5 of these black notes all up and down the keyboard. And there's only 7 of these white notes up and down the keyboard. Start again. 12 notes, 12 planets. Coincidence? Probably not. Okay, let's get back to lesson. Okay, I'm going to play it through the way I want to play it, and God help me, let's see how I go. Okay, sing along if you've got those words written down, or you possibly were writing quickly. Especially you girls seem to be able to write quicker than us guys. Geez, you left me behind at school when it come to that. I'll tell you a little bit of a story. I went to business studies when I went to school, and it was 6 guys that done it, and it was about 30 girls. It was great. It was great. We're very outnumbered we were, but anyway, long story short, the girls just seemed to get the hang of. We done typing at school, and they could type at over 100 words per minute. I got up to 31. I think the closest to me was, and even the nerds that were in our class, they got to about 2 or 3. So I was pretty proud of that. Another thing to laugh about in life. Okay, here we go. I'm going to play it without telling any more stories. There. Hit the wrong chord. You have it, okay? That was probably not the best of my work, but you've got the handle on it. I'm going to do that one more time, and let's see how I go. Like I said, I'm going at my pace. I'm just, I'm not singing the words along the way. I haven't got an opera voice, and as you'll find in the recording, when you listen to the soundtrack, this will really relate to this song, and you actually, the opera voice goes up the scale. You know, like as she goes. So there's the opera voice there. There's my opera voice. That's shocking, I know. But it's actually painful for my ears. I'm gonna have another crack at this so you can you can hear what I hear. That was a better version. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera back up and finish this video, if we're still on. All right, look, I pretty much laughed my whole way through that thing, because it is literally something for you to play around with. If you've got, like I said, if you've got keyboard, great, excellent. You could probably put that on organ and see what it played like on organ. Put it on piano. I'm not going to do it on piano. It sounds, actually, I could, excuse me, I'll put this on piano. I'll just play it and tell you what, you can tell the difference. I played that faster because you haven't got that flow when you're in string mode. When you're on the piano, if you went up that scale like I did slowly with the when I had it on string patch, if I go up slowly on piano like this, so that it just sounds, you can hardly hear it. And I've got this thing cranked up 3/4 of the way, and this machine I'm on now can literally fill a hall of say a 20 square house. It can without any speakers. The speakers on this machine here. But anyway, I'm getting besides the point here. There is your difference. See, if I played it really slowly coming down, or even up, you'd hardly hear the note. Here's the difference. Listen to this. That is exactly the same volume. The only difference is the speed that I went up the octave with my hand. When I ran my thumb up from the C up to the other C, and then come down on that 5 black note, and then come down to the A, the G, the F, and the E, that I hit that B flat on the 2, or the E flat. So you can see, even if you just got a piano, you can play this song and just play it quicker, like I just did then, and make sure that you sort of like make it your own. This is all I'm trying to get to you with any of my videos. These songs, nothing's concreted, nothing's set in stone, nothing's welded into these lead sheets that you look at. People that make songs, they just come into their heads. They just go, okay, I'm just going to whack these chords together, probably the 1, 5, 6, 4. Just use those, come up with some lyrics, whack it all together, and all of a sudden they've got a hit. They've got a hit on their hands. We only need one hit to be successful. Remember that, guys and gals. We only need one hit. Boy, I've been working on a few ideas myself. Big area in country music, I hear. FYI, country music has got the biggest market area of growth that there is. You can make more money in making a country hit than any other genre. That is a fact. So if you can come up with a really good country hit, and you can Google this, I did do some research on this, and I know I'm going off topic, but I want you to know this. You can Google the last year's progression. They'll have a four chord progression that they usually get a lot of country songs are played on guitar. Some are played on piano. Like that, Lady Gaga. What was that movie? born, a star was born, or with the guy, he starts off singing, and Lady Gaga comes in on the piano, right? And he's singing a country song. This is what we want to do. We want to get a country song between the whole lot of us. Get one together. Get some words together. Look, at the end of the day, shoot me some questions. I don't care what they are. There are no silly questions. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I'm going to practice that a little bit more and refine it. That's a pretty rough copy of what I just attempted to do there a couple of times. And these things, like I said, these are not to be stressed over. And when you play them in front of people, just literally do what I just laugh it off, laugh at yourself, because this is what this thing's about. If you can't laugh at yourself making these blues in front of people, you never get out in front of even the camera or whatever. Don't be afraid. Fear doesn't exist for me anymore. It's just an illusion of the mind for me. I don't understand it. I used to fear things, and there is a guy that I used to follow. I do follow. He's called Carl, and I know I'm going right off track again. And if you flicked on, and if you had enough of Scott with his philosophy, with his piano lessons, fair enough. Okay, but I just want to leave it on this note. There's a guy called Earl Nightingale. They call him the king of personal development. And he came up with this line. He said, there's two things that every human being wants. They're scared of one thing, and they want one thing. And I know what my one thing is, but I know what my one thing I'm scared of, and that is deep water. But deep water doesn't scare me anymore. I'll literally go and jump off the end of a pier because I'm very scared. I'm scared of sharks and deep water and all that sort of thing. But I'll do it now. I've got rid of that fear. So whatever your fear be, just do it, and it will just dissolve. It'll dissolve, and there's no more fears in your life. How I come across that, I do personal development. I watch a bit of personal development each day. Just one of my habits. Let's say habits. All right, in the words of Jeff Fennick, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell and all that jazz. You know what to do. Welcome to Lisa. I said that yesterday. Welcome again. Now you can play that song, and I'm just going to say goodbye for the day. I don't know what's coming up next. I've got no idea. I'll work on something today, and presumably I'll post something for tomorrow. I think it's probably going to be exercise based around getting these 4-chord songs drilled into your head, and I'll leave it to the next video. Without any further ado, and holding you up and doing what you want to do, apart from playing this magnificent machine called a keyboard/piano. Bye for now. See yous. Bye.